Hello and welcome to Scripture Impact Broadcast, committed to helping you stay glued to the Word of God. Now, we're keeping it real on today's episode, and so go ahead, grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let the noise of the day fade out for a moment as we journey together through Genesis chapter 13. Trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next. So Abraham and his nephew Lot were on the move again, fresh out of Egypt, along with his wife. And let's just say they weren't exactly broke at all. They were not exactly broke at all. They were loaded with livestock, silver, and gold. And yeah, life looked pretty good for both of them. So they traveled step by step back to a familiar campsite between Bethel and A, the same place where Abraham once built an altar. And yeah, when they got there, Abraham paused. There again, he worshipped God, like catching up with an old friend. Let's dive deeper into the story.
So Abram left Egypt and traveled north into the Negev, along with his wife and Lot and all that they owned. Abram was very rich in livestock, silver, and gold. From the Negev, they continued traveling by stages toward Bethel, and they pitched their tents between Bethel and Ai, where they had camped before. This was the same place where Abram had built the altar, and there he worshiped the Lord again.
Lot had been, tagging along with Abraham, and just like his uncle, he was loaded too. You name it. He had tents, cattle, he had it all. But the land started feeling a little cramped with all those animals and people, so things got tense really fast. Their headsmen started arguing over space, and to make matters even more complicated, the land was already pretty full with Canaanites and Perizzites living there too. Let's dive deeper into the story.
Lot, who was traveling with Abram, had also become very wealthy, with flocks of sheep and goats, herds of cattle, and many tents. But the land could not support both Abram and Lot with all their flocks and herds living so close together. So disputes broke out between the herdsmen of Abram and Lot. At that time, Canaanites and Perizzites were also living in the land. Finally, Abram said to Lot, "Let's not allow this conflict to come between us or our herdsmen. After all, we are close relatives. The whole countryside is open to you. Take your choice of any section of the land you want, and we will separate. If you want the land to the left, then I'll take the land on the right. If you prefer the land on the right, then I'll go to the left."
Lot took one good look at the lush, green Jordan Valley and thought, yeah, that's the spot. It looks, like paradise, kind of like Egypt, but with better pasture. So he packed up his flocks, said goodbye to Uncle Abraham, and moved near a city called Sodom, which, let's say, had a pretty bad reputation because the people there were famous, but for all the wrong reasons. Meanwhile, Abraham stayed in Canaan, and Lot unknowingly set up camp in a place that looked great on the outside but was spiritually falling apart. That part is coming soon.
Lot took a long look at the fertile plains of the Jordan Valley in the direction of Zoar. He saw endless green fields and water flowing, a perfect place to settle down. The whole area was well watered everywhere, like the garden of the Lord or the beautiful land of Egypt. Lush rivers and rich fields stretched as far as the eye could see, promising plenty. Lot chose for himself the whole Jordan Valley to the east of them. Drawn by its beauty, Lot made the fertile valley his new home. He went there with his flocks and servants and parted company with his uncle Abram. They went their separate ways, each following the life they had chosen. So Abram settled in the land of Canaan, and Lot moved his tents to a place near Sodom and settled among the cities of the plain. While Abram found peace in the hills, Lot's new home was surrounded by danger and wickedness. But the people of this area were extremely wicked and constantly sinned against the Lord. Their hearts were far from goodness, and trouble lingered in every corner.
After Lot packed up and left, God basically told Abram, take a good look around, north, south, east, west, it's all yours. He promised Abram not just the land, but more descendant than anyone could ever count, like dust everywhere. Yeah, that many. And let's be honest, ancient sandals knew dust. So, I mean, Abraham packed up and moved his camp to Hebron, settled under some big old oak trees, and like always, built another altar to the Lord and gave thanks. Let's see how this unfolds.
After Lot had gone, the Lord said to Abram, lifting Abram's eyes to a promise beyond the horizon and the future ahead, look as far as you can see in every direction, north and south, east and west. I am giving all this land as far as you can see to you and your descendants as a permanent possession. From horizon to horizon, the land now belonged to Abram and generations to come. And I will give you so many descendants that, like the dust of the earth, they cannot be counted. Your family will grow beyond number, scattered like dust across the earth. Go and walk through the land in every direction, for I am giving it to you. Every step you take, Abram, seals the promise beneath your feet. So Abram moved his camp to Hebron and settled near the oak grove belonging to Mamre, settling into the quiet shade as he prepared to build another altar to honor the Lord. There he built another altar to the Lord, offering thanks in the quiet of the grove.
Thanks for hanging out with me on this episode of Genesis chapter 13. I hope you enjoyed it. This chapter really, shows us something big. Sometimes the strongest move you can make is to let go. Let someone else go first. Choose peace instead of fighting for more. And the surprising thing is that it's in those quiet, humble moments that God often just steps in and says, now let me show you what I've got planned for you. So, guys, stick around for the next chapter. It gets even more interesting. And trust me, you don't want to miss it. See you next time.